Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes Show with moi, Ricardo Vobes. It's very nice to see you. Yes, Dickie Vobes to you, and I, Dickie Vobes here for another show. Let's just square up a few things here. That's much better. Make the place look professional. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Very nice of you to come along on this, is it Monday? Monday the 14th of, January 2019. Let's see if anybody's actually out there. Make sure the screen is switched over to the comments so we can see who's there. Yes, a few people are turning up. If I didn't see your names, just because I've just shunted them along, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, it's hello to Judith Oakley. Hello, Judith. Hope you're well. Anne Osborne, lovely, lovely Anne Osborne. How the devil are you, Anne? I am all right, thank you, Richard. Jolly good. We've got Claire Leach there, flying her drone. Bzzz. Oh no, my drone! I hope you've got your drone licence now. I've got a drone licence. It's the only reason I can come on. Droning on and on and on. Here's my drone licence. Richard Vobes is permitted to bore people senseless on the Vobes Show. Yes, and I make a very good job of that, which is good. Daniel Horton. Hello, Daniel Horton. How are you? Hello, Richard. Get on with the show, Richard. When are we going to play the game, Richard? We'll be playing it soon enough. The lovely Richard Suggett, who is supposed to be working on his podcast, but he's actually taking time off so that he can join us on the other side of the computer world. So that's all very good. Mr. Pilfold. Oh, no, Mr. Pilfold. Hello, sir. Waiting for all the corrections. It's like being in front of... I know I saw Stuart Douch there a minute ago, who is like a headmaster, but Steve Pilfold is like that nice, comfortable teacher, but just likes to occasionally take you aside and say, actually, Richard, you didn't quite get that right. You got that right, got this right, got that right. All right, okay. But, you know, all done in good faith, which is the lovely thing. So that's very nice. Who else have we got there? I've said Anne Osborne. Hang on, it's not moving. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Just a second, because we've got to shunt that down. I've missed a whole load of comments. I do beg pardon. Steve Blakey. Hello, Steve. How you doing? How's the old new legs, the Bionic Man, and all of that, which is great. Robert Crozer. Hello to you from Hadrian's Wall. Are you looking over, making sure we're still here? Claire Leach says, hello, Richard, and everybody, with a big fat snog. Thank you for the snog. Mwah. So very nice, thank you. We all like a big fat snog from time to time, don't we? Mwah. Let's all purse our lips, ladies and gentlemen. Let's purse our lips and just give you everybody out there a big snog so we're all happy and we've all got sort of saliva all over our cheeks, obviously. Mwah. Who can make the biggest snog sound? Is it me? Oh, got stuck then. I nearly sucked my lips off. You can't have that. Oh, lovely jubbly. Fiona Cooper's arrived. Hello, Fiona Cooper. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Matthew Holdsworth. Hello, matey. Hello, Matthew. Matthew is up there in the jolly Surrey... Well, I was going to say he's in the Surrey Hills, but he's in Reigate, which is pretty much in the Surrey Hills. 1 minute you're in Reigate, and the next minute you're at the Reigate Castle, and you're overlooking, and then you've got the first concrete bridge thing, which was the first concrete bridge thing that they built there, or whatever the technical things is. Anyway, that's where he is. Lynn Bussey. I don't know where you are, Lynn. I don't know what part of the world you're in. What would be good is we need to get a map now. I feel we need a map, and then we put where you guys are. That would be good. A nice map of the south east. Well, perhaps we need like a map of England for those people who are, you know, like Robert, who's up north somewhere, and then sort of the, you know, the coagulation of everybody sort of further locally, which would be good. Kevin Hall. Hello, Kevin. How are you up there in Midhurst? Nice to see you. Joe Smith over there in Biddenden. You see, people are all over the place. They are spread all over the world. Now, it'd be interesting to know what delicacies you have in whatever part of the world you happen to be. So if you're there in Biddenden, you know that Biddenden has its cider, and has a cider, does a little bit of cider, it's so nice. Whereas if you're down in Cornwall, of course, you've probably down the tin mine, you've got a nice bit of tin and can make a nice wobble board, as that bloke before he was put in prison for being obscene to children did. You know, the one that used to do the animals, where he used to stick his hand inside the animals and go, in an Australian accent, can you see what it is yet? But I don't want to mention his name. We don't need to go back down there. Maya is there. She's up there in sort of cold Carl Shorten, well, you know, that place up there. Robert Croser says, looks like Deputy Head at the Provincial Comprehensive tonight. Yes, that's right, Deputy Head tonight, thank you. Now then, class, you'd all be behaved because we have the men from the ministry coming round to double check that everything is all working nicely. And I don't want anyone mucking about, all right? Otherwise, if you muck about, you'll be in the broom cupboard and you'll have to present your own television programme on the BBC. So if anyone mucks about, that's what you're going to end up doing for the rest of your life. Laura Riddle. Hello, Laura Riddle. She's got a big snog there. Mwah! To you, Laura Riddle. Fiona Cooper says, good evening. Dan Thompson. Oi, oi, oi. He's all the way from Texas. So nice to see you there, Dan. You see, we'd need now a map of America as well, so we can pin... We need, well, basically, a globe. That's what I need. A big fat globe. You know, one of those globes that you can get that has all that lovely spirits in. You open it up and you can have a back down to the Biddenden cider, aren't you? There's a little bit more cider there, see, up there in Biddenden. Not that the Biddenden people talk like that, of course. Yes, says Roberts, he says, good evening, Vobenauts. We're all Vobenauts in outer space or inner internet, wherever the Vobenauts happen to be travelling. Kevin Hall is, hey up, Doc. Nice to see you all. Hang on, I've got to shift my comments thing down a bit. Just bear with me. Adrian Lidget. Hello, Adrian. Get off my land, you laggard. Just be careful if you go on Adrian Lidget's land because, you know, he's had a bit of cow wrestling going on in the past. I don't know when, but I just made that up. But it sounded good, didn't it? But cow wrestling. It's like arm wrestling, but with a cow. Woo! Poof. Yeah. Martin Snow. Hello, Martin Snow. I only saw Martin Snow last night, and I can tell you he's in the peak of health. Dancing around, he was wearing a lovely balaclava and a tutu, which is a strange image, I have to say, even for me to imagine. So don't. Judith Oakley, we've already said, she is in a gypsy tent. Oh, Gypsy Tart. I beg your pardon. Gypsy Tart in Kent. Nice. Which sounds really good. Matthew Holdsworth is in Reigate. Prosecco. Oh, and overpriced vegetarian food. Watcher, says Adrian, which is very nice. Rose Brooker. Hello, Rose. She says she's from where's that? Ikeston Charter Fair. Special mushy peas in mint sauce. Oh, mushy peas. I like mushy peas. Don't you like nice mushy peas? Used to get those from the fish and chip shop. Do you remember? Oh, perhaps you still do. I haven't been to the fish and chip shop for donkeys. In fact, do you know, I fancy quite going. All right, bye. Oh, no, wait. Can't go to the fish and chip shop yet. Got a show to do. Got a show. All you lovely people. Da-da-ba-da-ba-bum. Hey. Yeah, so that sounds like the lovely Julia is out there. She says, I've not heard of Sussex Pond Pudding. Wow, Sussex Pond Pudding. Who suggested that? I bet that was Steve Pilfold. Who suggested Sussex Pond Pudding? Lovely Steve says, you'll have to do what the BBC did if you get too Sussex... Oh, yeah, Sussex-centric. They had to move to Salford, so you could move the show to Cumberland or Boston in Lanc, up north, you know. Hello, we're now up north, and, well, you're having a nice time down there in Sussex. I used to walk on them chalky downs, but now I haven't got the chalky downs because I'm here. Or you could go up to Scotland. Hi, they're new in the Granite City. I don't know how they speak in the Granite City. It probably with a much harsher Scottish accent. Not very good at accents, as you can tell. But, you know, one's like rabbit in headlights, forced to make a complete arse of oneself. That is the nature of this game. At least that's how it seems to be in 2019. Yes? Make a complete and utter fool of yourself here on the internet. Because after all, it's only here forever. It's not going to affect your future career prospects, is it? Maybe. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. When this Bald Explorer stuff and this Vobes Show thing doesn't actually work out, and then I have to go and go for a job at B&Q, and they say, right, Mr. Vobes, what makes you think that you qualify for a job here at B&Q? That is, apart from your age. Well, I think I can tell the difference between a hand drill and a screwdriver. The difference between mixing my own paint and myxomatosis. Because all my toes are all intact. Until, of course, I drop the hand drill. Just drilled my toes off. That could happen. So maybe I won't do that. Simon Brown has just cycled in from the Cambridgeshire town of Soken, whatever it's called. Soken, what is it, your name, town? It's called near St. Neots, that'll do. Soken something. Soken wet by being out in the rain, probably. I hope it wasn't raining, Simon. So always good to have you on board. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Later in Legit says, have you been on the Biddenden side? No, we were talking about that. I had a little a minute ago. So that's all right. Maya says, Kevin, not to think about getting... I don't know what you're talking about. Right, so now in today's show, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Monday. We've done this before. Thought we'd do it again. After all, been out filming, you see. Filming with the lovely Cynthia Julian. And just been out editing the film that I did with the lovely Cynthia Julian. And so I didn't have much time to prepare anything other than, of course, get the JCB, make sure the hole is ready so I can put myself straight into it, which I do on a regular basis. So I thought we'd have a little game. But before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, went out filming with the lovely Cynthia Julian. Had a lovely time with the old Echo. Wait, come back. Where are you going? No, stop it. Where are you? Wait, no. The lovely Echo, the dog. Whip it. She's shum, shim. All over the blooming place. Nightmare it was. Anyway, filmed a whole load of stuff. Been editing it. Noticed that... most of it is overexposed. You see, I'm struggling. I don't know why. I'm struggling with this DSLR camera that I've got, which I do behind the scenes. Trying to sort of operate on the manual controls. And if you muck it up on the manual controls, it'll half look mucked up. All this overexposed stuff. But I'm not used to... I can switch it on auto everything, and of course it all looks lovely. But all the pros, you know, you sit there and watch all the YouTube videos and they're saying, don't put it on auto. No, that's for the amateurs. No, you don't do that. No, of course not. Don't do that. Bung it on for the amateur. No, you've got to look professional, ain't you? And put it all on manual. So I thought, all right. I normally use manual on my other big cameras because all the buttons are on the outside. But you've got to fiddle. You've got to fiddle on the little screen and try and go. Where's the exposure on? Where's the ASA? Where's all the F numbers on this tiny little screen? And you're struggling away to get all this. And actually, you know, better off just sticking it on auto and letting it all do itself. But that doesn't always work, and it's nice to know these manual things. Anyway, so I was experimenting, and but I hope Cynthia's not looking because a lot of it is overexposed, which basically means there's a lot of white and not much of us. There's sort of outline of us and a lot of it's like looking at a ghost across a very overcast sky. I think that's one way of explaining it. It's not a very good way of explaining it, but it's the way I have just managed to do it. So anyway, how are we? Oh, all right. Mr. Vobes says Mark Green. Hello, Mark. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is well. I can't remember exactly where you are, Mark. John Russell. Hello, John. Where are you based? We're interested in where you're based and what is the local or best food from your area that you know and like. It doesn't have to be a famous food. It can be something like this Sussex Pond cider or whatever it was that somebody just suggested. Judy Stokesy says he's not in a gypsy tent, sadly. No, I'm not in a gypsy tent, otherwise you'd be able to zip me up. I'm not in a straitjacket either, luckily, otherwise you would be able to zip me up. So nice to see you, John. Yes, what else have we got? Alex Whitlock says cow wrestling equals rodeo. Does it? I wonder what that would be if you were to bung that on a plate and eat it. That would be a bit bizarre. Robert Croser says, cliche, bit far, ha ha. My comments are a little bit too far behind, aren't they? Hello, somebody else has joined. John Berger, all the way from the United States. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know how your I don't even know how mine goes anymore. I don't think anybody knows how their anthem goes, do they? Because it's all. What are we? We're globalisation. We ought to have a globalised. Let's not get into that. Right, let me just move my comments down. There's loads of comments have gone. Here we are. Here's another essay from the wonderful Steve Pilfold, who says, I think you have considered the time and effort factor. The fact is not a video camera per se, and the fact that you aren't looking at the viewfinder as you film. As it's a Canon, oh, here we go, technical stuff. As it's a Canon, you will have an app on your phone with Wi-Fi so you can preview from where you're standing. Yes, yes. Well, yes. I didn't know that. I don't know that my Canon actually sends a Wi-Fi signal out, and if it does, it's going to reduce the battery. Anyway, Sussex Pond Pudding, never tried it, never heard of it, says Claire Leach, and she knows everything about Sussex apart from Sussex Pond Pudding, apparently. Fiona Cooper says, my lovely brother, remember old, what was his name? Somebody Scott, what was his name? Somebody Scott. What's his name? Scott. Oh, God. Terry and June. Terry Scott. Thank you. There we go. Brain works after a fashion. My brother. I can't remember how that song goes. Don't get me to start singing again. I did that and made a complete mess of my life for the last few days over the weekend when everyone's ringing me up and going, excuse me, was that you singing TV themes on the internet? Yes, it was actually. Could you refrain from doing that? You scared the cats and cleared all the ants from my garden. Oh, I'm so sorry. You seem to have attracted a huge number of snails. And now I have snails and quails and pails of squails and pails and snails climbing up my legs, especially at night time when I've only got a nightie on. It's not very nice. Okay, well, I've had to stop, so we can't do any more of those advert singing. Adverts! Of course, we didn't do adverts. We could do adverts from ye oldie days, like Double Diamond works wonders, works wonders, works wonders. Double Diamond works wonders, so have one today. Yeah, we could do that, but I don't think we will. Andrew Dalgley says, Sussex Smoky here in Brighton. Sussex Smoky here in Brighton. Smoked haddock and cheese as a starter. Oh, nice. In a ramekin. Ramadan. And a ramekin, it's not very big then. It's a starter, isn't it? It's a tiny... What are you having for your main? If that's what you're having as a starter, a little bit of smoked haddock in there. How do you get a whole haddock? It's a very small fish, isn't it? If you can only get him into a into a small dish, into a... What did you call it? A ramekin. Yeah. How did you get it in? I rammed it in. Straight in like that. That's the only way you can do it. Claire Leach is talking. Think this is out of fashion. Out of fashion. I don't know what's out of fashion. Alex Whitlock says mature Lancashire cheese and a rare beast, but tastes yummy. Lancashire cheese. Oh, mature. I do like a mature cheese. I like a mature cheddar, but not where it is so mature it is like the bark of a London plane. You know, where it comes off in flakes. And it is so strong that it makes your skin creep down the road to the undertaker's and says, shove me in a coffin, I can't bear eating this anymore. I don't like it that strong, but I do like it. I like it strong. I'm not keen. Who likes that strong, stinky cheese? I don't like that strong, can't even say it. Strong, smelly cheese. Ooh. When I used to see my friend Harriet... and she would always go down to her family at Christmas in London, and she would take a cheese called a Vassaran or something, a Vassaran cheese. Very expensive, apparently, and very sought after. Not by me. I never sought after it, because I did see it one day, and it was a horrible, smelly, slimy thing that looked like some slug had been manufacturing it out of his bottom over the last 20 years. So I wasn't terribly keen on that, personally. Texas barbecue, says Dan. Texas what? Texas barbecue sauce, I'm assuming you're saying. Kevin says, how about singing Bernard Cribbins' Digging This Hole? There I was, digging this hole. How does it go? I don't know the words, that's the trouble. I don't know it. Big and round and... yeah, no, I can't. No, I'm not going to... I can't. I'll have to look that one up. I do know it. I know. I've got it on my computer, funny enough. there wasn't. And the man from the council comes, doesn't he? The man, he says, you can't have it over there. You've got to have it over there. I can't. Something like that. Maybe if you put the lyrics up, I might get the tune. Lancashire bomb cheese is lovely, says Judith Oakley. I'm sure it is lovely. Lancashire bomb. What makes it bomb? Judith, what makes it bomb? Is it the flavour? Is it that it explodes in your mouth? Is it one of those that sort of is cloying? There's a word you don't hear very often, is it? Cloying. Does it cloy and stick to your teeth and the roof of your mouth and it's nice. Lovely cheese. I like this cheese. It's cloying. It's nice. Lovely cheese. A bit cloying. Yeah. George Timperley. Hello, George. George Timperley. Boop, boop. On the, it's like Casey Jones, George Timperley, isn't he? Casey Jones, steaming and a-rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the footplate of the Cannonball Express. Diddly-dum, 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 diddly-dum. So you could do that with George Timperley, steaming and a-rolling. George doesn't quite scan the same, as it, George? Never mind. Margaret Peacock. Hello, Margaret Peacock. Aren't you the auntie or the cousin once removed and put in a small cell and wrapped up in cellophane to Richard Suggett? Something like that. There was I. Oh, here we go. There was I digging this hole in the ground, so big and sort of round it was, and something else. There was I digging it deep. It left the bottom. Yeah, what's the chorus? What's the chorus of that? That would be interesting to know. The chorus. Keep going. There was I digging it deep, flat on the bottom. I can hear it, but I can't sing it. Tesco's fine. Oh, here we are. A bit of advertising to Kevin All. Tesco's finest, mature, extra mature even, is good. Is it? It's good. Oh, good. I'm very pleased. The lovely Julia is going, oh, right. Shepherd's pie. Who doesn't like a shepherd's pie? Get one shepherd, straight into the old blender, mix him up with a few gizzards, and shove him covered in potato, and deny all knowledge when the police come knocking on the door and saying, here, have you seen that old bloke with the long beard and the funny stick who used to wear a smock up on the South Downs? He's gone missing. Nobody knows where he is. Oh, no, I don't know where he is. Would you like a nice bit of pie whilst you're here? Yes, I would. This wouldn't be a Roald Dahl story, would it, where I'm actually eating the shepherd inside this pie? Oh, no, because this is cottage pie. Oh, that's all right. How do we know it's cottage pie and not shepherd's pie? Oh, because there's beams of old oak in it, and somewhere there's a bit of broken glass, and I think you'll find that it's great. Yes, stuck between the teeth. You get a lot of that grate stuck between the teeth because it's iron, you know. Oh, yes. Anyway, never mind. When up came along a bloke. Oh, yeah, there, a bloke in a bowler. We lifted and scratched his head. Oh, he said, that's right. He said, it's round. It is round and black, a plastic coating, and it looks like a... I thought that was the song then for a moment. Oh, it looks like a bomb. A bomb? Pardon? What, a BAM? As you said BAM. I know that is what I've been saying, you stupid man. It is a BAM. A BAM. Does your dog bite? No. Oh, hello, little doggy. Hello, doggy. Oh! Merde. I thought you said your dog did not bite. It is not my dog. Oh, how could you? How could you not laugh at that? Not my version of it. I'm digging it round because I don't want it square, so if you disagree, it doesn't bother me. That's the I thought there was a chorus. Wasn't there a chorus to that? You know, a bit like Right Said Fred. Right Said Fred. Cop hold of Charlie, up comes Charlie with the wheelbarrow. Moaning, groaning, grumbling and complaining. We were getting nowhere, and so we had a cup of tea. I thought it was one of them. Steve Bilford says, cut to the chase. The bottom is the bloke with the bowler hat, and that's that. Oh, yes. Yes. Anyway, digging it out when it ought to be square. Yeah, I can hear it, but I can't get the tune fully into my head to sing it. So I'm sorry about that. That's the way it is. Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing another game, another edition of... Rattle That Cage! No, sorry, it's not called Rattle That Cage, I beg your pardon. Knock About the Wife! No, it's not called Knock About the Wife. Make some sort of cheap tambourine. No, it's not that. It's called What's in the Box? What, ladies and gentlemen, is in the box? And you have a few guesses. Remember, you can ask whether it's vegetable, mineral, or the other one, whatever that is, human or animal. Animal, vegetable. You can ask those questions. And I believe, I think I can only answer yes or no. Is that not right? I can only answer yes or no. I think that's how we play this game. So, here it is. What's in the box, ladies and gentlemen? What's in the box? What? Yes, James Watt and his kettle is in the box. Boiling away. He'd be mad now, wouldn't he? That would make his blood boil. So if you want to ask some questions, what's in the box, you're very welcome. Let's get that game going. How about Right Said Fred, says Kevin Hall. I just gave you a rendition of Right Said Fred. You weren't listening. Take that earwax out of your ears. Margaret Peacock says, I have the 45. Oh, do you? My goodness. Blimey. Inspector Clouseau now, says Robert Crozer. Yes, very good. Stinking Bishop. Oh, now that's a cheese, isn't it? Now, you can't go wrong with a bit of Stinking Bishop and a bit of Bishop's Finger. Of course, the Bishop's Finger is the beer, is ale, I believe. It's a nice sort. It's not stout as such, but it's a dark brown ale. Very nice, very nice. Used to have that in the old Vobes Show when we did a podcast. They were the days. They were good days. And so you've got Bishop's Finger. And then that Stinking Bishop would go well with it. David Salsona. Hello, David Salsona. Hope you are well. Glenn Johnson says, What's on the box? Oh, yes, what's on the box? I can show you that. This is a box I got from the lovely Mr. Suggett at Christmas time, and he gave me a mug, and inside the mug was a box. No, inside the box was a mug, but I'm just using this box because it's, bright and jolly, even though it says Merry Christmas on it. I'm just using it as a box. I need to perhaps cover it so it doesn't say Merry Christmas, because anybody watching this through just the thumbnails would think, oh, it's just another Christmas show. We've had Christmas. Please, no more Christmas shows in January. Shirley Ward. Hello, Shirley. How are you? I hope you are well. Linda Kane says, a piece of coal because you got to stop using wood. Good answer. It's not right, but it's a good answer. I like that. Well done, Linda Kane. I haven't yet, by the way, this new thing, they announced it on the radio. Everyone's been telling me, oh, that's as old as the hills, that is. They've been trying to ban people keeping warm ever since the first caveman was there with sticks. He was sitting there outside his cave, rubbing his sticks, rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, and they said, no, put that away and use some wood. So he picked up some wood, and he said, no, sticks from trees, that sort of wood. And then somebody said, no, all this innuendo, it's no good, you've got to stop. Burn some coal instead. And the cavemen, who were pretty old, said, I don't know that coal is quite old enough yet. It needs to be another 500 million years. We've got to evolve until we've got Swamvesta. Unless we've got Swamvesta, we can't light the coal. We've got to wait. We don't even know what a swan is, let alone a Vesta. What the hell is a Vesta? I think it's a garment that you put on you. Do you think that? I think so, but I haven't seen it. I saw some cave paintings only in Ug's cave the other week. He was playing about with it, but I'm sure they were antelopes and not Vestas. Oh, well, maybe that's what you've got to pull on then, isn't it? An antelope. Yes, maybe you've got, that's it. You pull an antelope on, that's a Vesta. And with you've got an antelope on you, you can creep up on a swan, you see. It makes perfect sense. And then you grab hold of part of it, maybe pull out a feather, strike it on a piece of sandpaper, or perhaps a sand-blasted rock in your cave, and you've got a match. Oh, a perfect match you have, and you can light that bit of coal that's now calcimated and done things all over. I don't know where we're going. Anyway, stop it. Stop all of that nonsense. Nigel Sadler, bit of health and security now. Nigel Sadler has arrived. Daniel says, what have I missed? I have been on the tube. I've been on your tube. You were here a minute ago, Daniel. What did you do? Like, oh, there's Richard. So therefore, I shall look this way. On a tube. I'm looking down a tube. There, at the bottom of the tube, is a gorilla arm. Whoa! Ow! And so he died in a dismal and horrible death. Steve Pilfold says, I knew a girl who got caught rubbing sticks in the local cave. Yes, what happened to her? We'd like to know. 30 minutes later, says Daniel. Wait a minute, you've just spoken. That's not 30 minutes later. Daniel Kane says, Oxo Cube. Oh, what's in the box? Here we go. What's in the box? Is it an Oxo Cube? No. Not even close, actually. Not even close. The shape is wrong. That's a clue. Not much of a clue, I grant you. But it does mean it's not dice. All right? Because the Oxo Cube, you see. Steve Pilfold says, Vestas up high downhill, Worthing the 90s. Oh, Vestas, as in, what, not Vespa, Vestas. I don't know what they are. What is a Vesta? As in a swan. What is a Vesta? Who knows what that is? Kevin Hall says a clothes peg. Is it a clothes peg? That's a good answer. That is I like that. Let me have a look. No. Maybe you want to sort of hone in and ask some questions about it, because it is an obscure object, ladies and gentlemen. That's a clue. Another clue. Another lovely clue. It's an obscure object. Sex change for Linda, says Steve Pilfold. Oh, I must have missed something there. The dog's something or other, says Alex. Yes, that might be, but there's only one of them. Because we didn't want to let the poor dog carry on living with both of them gone. That would be awful. Hitler only had one, apparently. Robert Croser says, lovely Julia is in there. She's tiny enough to fit in the box. Yes, maybe the lovely Julia is in the box. Are you in the box, lovely Julia? Well, if she is, she's been rattled around a bit. No, she's not in the box. The lovely Julia in there. God, that would be mean. She'd suffocate. So that wouldn't be very nice. Lovely Julia is there. She says, in the box, is it a little purple unicorn that poops glitter goo? Ah, is it a lovely purple unicorn? What, you mean like this one that poops glitter goo? Yes, because it does poop it. No, I wouldn't put that in there. I wouldn't do that to this lovely little thing that poops the little glue. No, I wouldn't do that. It's not that one. Sorry about that. And also, just so you know, it isn't the owl. How do you do? It's not the owl. What's that made out of? Beeswax. Beeswax. Stuart Couch says, Vesta was a Roman goddess. Oh, right, Swan Vesta. There we are. Thank you very much. Somebody with a little bit of intelligence has just turned up. Oh, no, someone with intelligence. Oh, well, you know, it's nice, isn't it, when someone comes and actually knows something. They know something, don't they? Stop mucking about. Yeah, sorry about that. Doe, oh, okay. Glenn Johnson says, is there air? Yeah, we did that joke last week. Is there air? Is there oxygen? Yes, of course there's all of that. But that's not what we're looking for. Robert Crosser says, okay, the Sugget's in the box. Yes, no, the Sugget. Hang on, another bit of gin here. Delish. It's not really gin. In the box, says Daniel, is it a bear or a dog? No. Too hard for a bear or a dog. Little clue there. Robert Crosser, Vestal. Oh yeah, Vestal Virgins. Vestal Virgins, a Swan Vesta and a Vestal Virgin. There we go. You see, I thought it was just virgins wearing lots of vests, string vests, so you would get a bit of air into it. That's what I reckoned. I may be wrong. So there we go. Steve Pilfold says, is it that holds Oh, Bessie's wheels on. Well, it's not. No. But, in a way, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. It's not. So there we go. Is it a nut? Oh, yeah. There's a right nut in here. I can tell you. No, it's not a nut. It's not a nut. It's not a nitwit. It's not a... It's not a peanut, if that's what you mean, or a hazelnut, or what other kind of nuts? Horse chestnut, sweet chestnut. What other nuts are there? There's those pecan pie nuts. No, it's not one of those. Not pecan pie nuts. Not even a look through the smallest crack nut. Not one of those nuts either. Oh, I know what you mean, like a nut and a bolt nut. No. You can ask, about the substance, perhaps, or the size, or the shape, or any of that. That might be helpful. Linda Kane's going, screw. Yeah, screw you, mate. I mean, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Is in the box money? Money, says Daniel. Claire said a nut. Box. Is it a spoon? Julia says. None of those are correct, ladies and gentlemen. None of them are correct. £100 in cash. How many items do you think there are in this box? Oh, clearly it goes, is it an acorn? Does it really sound that timid to you? Is it a spoon? Says Library Julia. No. Pecan pie. Pecan pie in the box. Is it quality? Oh, yeah, Quality Street peanut cracknel left over from Christmas. I never even had any at Christmas. It can't be left over if I didn't even have any from Christmas. So there we go. Write that down, Julia. The answer to the meaning of life. Yes, it could be. It sort of signifies the meaning of life in a way. Linda Kane says, is it made of metal? Yes, it is made of metal, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. Fiona Cooper says, can you eat it? Well, not if you want to survive. Wouldn't advise it. It's not to be et. I wouldn't eat it. Lynn Lou says, is it round? Yes, part of it is round. Yes. Kevin Hall says, is it square, round or oblong? Well, it is sort of round-ish. Judith Oakley says, is it a marble? That's a marvellous guess. Marble, less, but less is the operative word there. It's not a marble, I'm sorry to say. Is it, oh, Steve Pilfold, forever the practical man, is it a 3-pin XLR? Now, for those of you who don't know what a 3-pin XLR is, that's a 3-pin XLR. No, it's not one of those. Hope you did that and turned the phantom power off. No, I didn't actually. I didn't. I've blown it up. Only a £300 microphone. Only a £300 microphone. Is it metal, says Claire. Yes, it is made of metal. That's right. Is it an AA battery? That's a very good suggestion, but it's very wrong. So, yes, there's no positives and negatives on that one. It is reverse polarisis, in fact. Rachel, you will never get this. You'll never get it because it's an obscure object, but there we are. You might get it. Daniel says, in the box, is it a new camera that is now broken? Yeah, well, yes, it's my GoPro. Or in this case, it's GoBroke. Yes, a nice GoBroke. Lovely they are. They get lovely sort of smashed up image look. Dean Cooper is alright. Hello, Dean. Is it a spoon? No, it's not a spoon. Mark, good guess though. Is it a magnet? Oh, let's just hang on. A magnet. That's very. Oh, sorry. Oh, stop it. Is it? I can't. I don't think it. I don't think it. Oh, it. Will you get off my face? Is it a magnet? It's sort. No. It's. No, it's not a magnet. Do apologise. Definitely not a magnet. Is it very small? It is quite small. Depends what you call small. It's about an inch by about an inch and a half, something like that. Maybe a fork. Oh, for fork's sake, Richard. It's not a fork. A teaspoon. We've had spoon. No, it's not a teaspoon. A key. That's good. A key. Julia's saying, is it a magnet as well? Is it I'm not doing any more mime, thank you. I'm not doing all this. It's just, you know, that's gratuitous miming, that is. That's mime for the sake of it. Stop it. I'm not doing mime for the sake of it. A bottle top from a bottle of beer, says Judith. Negatory. It is an obscure object. It's not it's not quite what you are going to think it is. An object put in a body piercing. Oh, well, you could do, but not. It's more practical. It's something that you might have around the house. That's not necessarily, here's some clues, not necessarily something you would buy as an ornament, but you would probably have, everybody who's got a house would have this. I'm pretty certain anybody who's got a house would have this. A object to put it in a piercing, a glass eye. Yeah, like I've got a spare glass eye that I would rattle around like that and, yeah, no. Is it a badge? No, it's not a badge. So it's not something, it's not an ornament, and you don't wear it. You could wear it. I dare say some people do. Well, I don't see why anybody would wear it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's anything to do with that. Is it a tea strainer, says Dan Thompson. A tea strainer. You could strain tea through it, yes, but it wouldn't work. So I would probably not know in that. Daniel says, knowing Richard, it will be a stone. No. It's not a stone. It's not a stone. It's not that heavy. Not that heavy. Bleeding... Oh, Linda Kane. Very close. But wrong. But so close. In the right area. Where would you use it in the house? Is it a corkscrew? Is it a watch? A picture hanging hook? A fuse? Oh, we've got... It's a good one, isn't it? It's a good one. You've got to admit. There's only one of these. We've got 20 minutes left. A ring. It's ring-like. But it's not a ring. It's ring-like, but it's not a ring. Where would you use it in the house, says Claire? It could be in any room or every room. It's definitely in your bathroom and in your kitchen, and it might be in any other room, but it's not necessary. But I would definitely say bathroom and kitchen. Allen key, not an Allen key. Screwdriver, not a screwdriver. Is it a ring, Richard? Says that. You've asked me that twice now. A smaller box, says Glenn. Ha ha. Very clever. I wish I had. Mark Selwood has joined. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. Mark, we're asking, what drone is in the box? Oh, no, not a drone. Not anymore. Not anymore. A plug? Is it a plug? No, a washer, a pebble. Linda Kane was closest. Linda Kane was very close. A sink plug. A radiator key. Fiona Cooper, you're very, very close. Very close. Thinking along those lines, you're quite right. A gas meter key. No. Is it a bottle of water cap? I'm sort of... Yeah, when you see this, you're going to go, oh, really? Are you droning on? Yes, we've done the droning joke right at the beginning, actually, to be fair. But nice to see you, Mark. What's your excuse for being late? A sink plug, says Paul Watts. No, it's not a sink plug. I'll be fair with you. This isn't the whole thing, although it is the whole thing. It's just not, you can get it in, this particular one is a small of the whole thing, but there are longer of the whole things, if you see what I mean. Well, you don't see what I mean because you don't know what it is, clearly. A gas meter key. No, it's not a key. It's not no key or anything. It's not a sink plug, an Allen key, no radiator thermostats. Linda Kane, you're thinking in the right area. You're thinking in the right area, but it's not that. Is it a coin, says Dan Thompson. No. Curtain ring, says... No, it's not a curtain ring. A water bottle cap. Too heavy for that. Have to be quite... I mean, it's made of metal. We established that. It's made of metal. Me and Nicki, have... What? Christened a square today? Christened a squirrel today. Richard. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. How did you do that? How did you christen the squirrel Richard? Did you get him and take him to the church and baptise him and go, I christen this squirrel... Where are you going? Come back down, you fool. No, come... Oh, get the water squirter out. I bless this water. Must have been very tricky. A new car. A new car. It's not a new car. Is it something to do with radiators, says Claire Leach. Yes, something to do with radiators. Something to do with that. Yes, that's very true. Is it wood or rubber? No, it's made of metal. We established it's made... A radiator key, says Steve Pilfold. That's about the 5th time I've seen... It's not a radiator key. A light pull thing. No. No. Has anybody got there? It's metal, says Kevin Hall. Yes, that's right. It's metal. Radiator... No, it's not that. Pressure key. It's not a key. It's not a key. It's metal. Rounded, says Julia. We're all going berserk. How long can people be struggling with this little object? I mean, you're all going to moan and groan at me and detune, aren't you? Pressure key. It's not a key. It's not a key. It's not a key. You could ask me the colour. Ask me some more stuff about it. You could ask me the colour, couldn't you? You could ask me the dimensions. I think where we kind of said it's round. Is it a radiator valve? Oh, radiator. You've got to bear in mind, I've got this in my house. I don't have any radiators in my house, but I have got it in my house. So, is it... Ah, wait a minute. Dean Cooper, you are almost there. You are almost there, but it's not what you have just said. But you're virtually there. Clue, says the lovely Julia. Well, that was the clue. Dean Cooper's almost got it. A radiator valve. No, it's not a radiator thermos. No. Is it a... It's not a bloody key. It's not a key. Losing the will to live, says it. Aha! Glenn Johnson. Ta-da! Yes, Glenn Johnson has got it. No, it's just a piece of copper pipe. It's a piece of copper pipe. Could be any length, but it happens to be that length. It's a bit of leftover from when I plumbed in the Essie with the lovely Richard Suggett. And there it is. It's just a bit of copper pipe. So it's in every house, because we're all going to have a bit of copper pipe. But I don't have any radiators. And you know what? It's not a sodding key. It's not a key. So there we go. Yes, it's... oh, they're still guessing. Richard Suggett's going, is it a 22mm? No, it's a 28mm piece of pipe. Please. We've done it now. I know. You're a copper pipe, says Linda. Copper pipe joint? No. A sink stopper? No. Is it a radiator wheel? Says a radiator wheel? I don't know what that is. Because Mike, the comments are still coming in, which is hilarious. So there we go. I need to have a drink. I wish we had adverts. I wish we could have adverts, because that would be so good. Ah, that's better. Nicki wants to say hello to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hand it over to Nicki Jess, who wants to say hello to everybody. The lovely Nicki Jess, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you watching on YouTube, hang on. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is now where Nicki Jess on Facebook says hello to everybody else. And I'll just sort of hang about and try and keep things going. So there's Nicki dressed in a very nice matching two-piece. And she's coming onto the platform now and she's saying hello, everybody. Everybody is waving back and saying, hello, Nicki. Nicki is waving to them. She's sent them a few stickers. She's probably sent them a good morning and a good evening and maybe a good afternoon. And now people are beginning to wish they'd never got into Facebook in the first place. Oh, no, there's another sticker, oh, and another sticker. And there she goes. And everyone's waved. And that's it. And that was, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Nicki Jess moment. And only those people on Facebook will understand any of what I've just been saying. If you've been watching on YouTube and you think it's a bit peculiar, that's because that's one of those in-jokes things that I can't do anything about. Terence Dackham says, I was, oh, he's gone. Where's he go? He says, I was going to ask him, is it a key? Stand back. No. No. Not a key. Blimey. Make an advert for the Veg Grower podcast to play in as an ad break. There we go, Richard Suggett. If you would like to have your advert for something that you've got to sell, send them to me free of charge, and I'll play them in the next show as an advert. So it can either be a still image with a bit of voiceover on. I don't want to get involved in making it. You have to do all that. Just send me the file. No more than 30 seconds. 15 seconds would be better. No more than 15, really. And then you can go, this is an advert for the Veg Grow Podcast. I'm losing my voice now, ladies and gentlemen. Losing my voice. So, yes, if you've got something you want to sell, or you've got a website, or want a new job, or you want someone to come around and do your washing up for nothing, or any of those things, make an advert, send it in, and we'll play them. That'll be a good game, wouldn't it? Good game, good game. All right, my love, let's look at the next advert. It's Bertie and Tony 5 points, and Tony and Bertie 3. So well done to you. Bad luck. Didn't they do well? Give us a twirl. Oh, thanks. Nice. Claire Leach says, hello, Nicky. Here we go. Get all the hellos in. Hello, Nicky. We love you, Nicky. Don't mention stickers. Yes, says Mark Selwood. Don't mention. If anybody would like some stickers, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not getting enough stickers in your life, then please have a word with Nicki Jess, for Nicki Jess will supply you with enough stickers to drive you insane. Sticker for this, sticker for that, sticker for the other. If you want a bit of the other, there's a lovely sticker for that too. Yeah, you too could be the great receiver of 100 million stickers every day, every year. Anyway, she knows that you love you all, so thank you very much, Nicky. It's lovely. I'm so pleased. I hope you don't mind me taking a mickey. She's probably now in floods of tears and be going, oh, that's Richard Vobes! That Richard Vobes is taking a mickey out of me again! I haven't really taken the mickey out of you. Time check, 10 minutes to go, says Daniel. Good grief. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. What can we do in 10 minutes? We could do some skipping. I like to skip. I like to get fit and skip. Or we could break a hip. I break my hip, I break my hip, I like to break my hip, hip, hip. We could have a chip. Just have a chip. We could nip into the fridge and see what nice little things we've got in the fridge. Or we could smoke something and go on a trip. We could have a bit of that. Did you really mean that? I don't know, Deputy Dog. Hey, Deputy Dog. Whoa, yeah. I've never smoked any of this, by the way. I think it plays a little bit havoc with the old brain box. So, yeah, let's have a look. She loves you all. That's marvellous. Time check, we've done that. I could do with one on levers. Yeah, Steve Pilfold, please send me an advert on what you do with any old signal box levers. All right, roll up, roll up, roll up. Got some signal box levers we're going to be flogging. This one does the points, and this one rings a bell, and this one sends a train off the rails straight to hell. So that could be quite good. That'd be a nice little advert. I'm sure people would want to buy some of those second-hand signal box levers. Be lovely. Fiona Cooper says, I think it's so sweet. Two people who found love thanks to Richard on the show. Oh, I think it's so sweet. It's so lovely. Wow, says Dan Thompson. I'm not quite sure what he's wowing about. Kidney stone. What, you still guessing? You still guessing? What's in the box? I mean, I know America is, what, 6, 7, 8 hours behind us? But that's ridiculous, isn't it? What's in the box? Is it a kidney stone? How do the Texans speak? Get off your horse and drink your milk. Have you got a kidney stone in there? I'm telling you, boy. No, that's... Hang on. Where's that from? I'm telling you, boy. I'll be hornswoggled. What part of America is that accent, Dan Thompson? I mean, I know I'm not doing it very well, but I'll be hornswaddled. Where do they get hornswaddled? Can you go into a hornswaddling shop and say, excuse me, I'd like to get hornswaddled, please? I see there, little boy. So you want to get hornswaddled, do you? Yes, I've been told it's very good for me and will make me a man. Well, that's true, boy. I can hornswaddle you, no problem at all. Go into that little cubicle over there, and I'll get the few little implements that we need to hornswaddle you. I'll make sure you're swaddled right up to the horn. Don't you? I don't know what that means, by the way, what horn swaddling is. Even if you... I suppose that's getting a horn, isn't it? Like a trumpet or something, or a French horn, or a double bass horn. I don't think there is such a thing, but you could invent one. Yeah, it's all right. I might. And then swaddling it in bandages of some description. Did you know that back in the day, and what day? That day, in the past, they used to swaddle babies, and some of the rich families, the not the mothers, you know, the people that what was the woman, the breastfeeding maid, and all of those. Did you like that? Somehow I felt that was just slightly erotic. Not for you, just for me. I don't know. Anyway, they used to get babies, little babies, obviously not like big babies, because little babies are small. Anyway, they used to get them and wrap them up, swaddle them so tight that they were in this, like this, I just thought it's a baby, looking at it's a baby. It was wrapped up. And then when they would, you know, because they had to do a lot of this tapestry stuff where they're knitting pictures of houses saying home sweet home so they could shove them on the walls because they didn't know what else to do with their time other than watch candles slowly go down. I'm watching a candle tonight, dear. Oh, are you? You're not coming out to the square dance? Oh, no, I've got to watch this candle. I want to see if it goes right to the end, using fire. Oh, I watched a candle, a Roman one the other day. Oh, a Roman one. I like them Roman candles. They're nice, only you put it down and you look for it, it's gone. What do you mean it's gone? Well, it's been roaming around the room, hasn't it? I'd never quite know where it is. Anyway, they used to take these babies, all swaddled up, and stick them on pegs on the wall. The babies, meanwhile, they're sitting there doing all the housework and their needlework and loading up the fire and sticking stuff in the washing machine, probably sitting on their Xbox. Do people still play on an Xbox? And do all that, and the baby's up there just sort of docilely stuck there, wrapped up like in bandage. This is true, by the way. I read this in a book, black and white, must be true, printed 1982, before the internet, so it can't be made up. Publishers actually had to verify it. You can imagine in the publisher's office, Mr. Professor of Children as Small as Children, could you tell me, is this bit really true? Oh yes, that's right, I didn't make it up at all. I see. And where did you do your research? Oh, I walked to the library, went into the special reference section and nicked somebody else's work. Oh, I see. Well, it must be true then. We'll print your book. Thank you very much. And off it goes. That's how you used to do book publishing in the old days. Now, of course, you don't have to worry about getting up and having any exercise whatsoever and going to the library or anywhere special. You just look it up on Google, don't you? Or go around on Google. Oh, yes, I wonder what that place looks like in Provence. I go to Provence. Nice in Provence. I'm going to write a book about Provence. But you can probably be sitting there doing that from... I don't know, the Isle of Skye, for all I care, and just get all the stuff. You never have to leave your desk, do you, these days? It's so easy being a writer. And do you know what the good thing about being a writer is? I only twigged this the other week. All the words that you could possibly need, they're all in a dictionary. Yeah, you just got to rearrange them in the right order, and you too could be a wonderful bestseller. It's easy. It's easy. And the other thing is all these words are just made up from letters of the alphabet. It's not like you've got to actually invent anything. Just rearrange them, you know. Get 100 monkeys and a few typewriters. Problem is getting the typewriters. Monkeys you can probably still get. Typewriters, they're out now. You'll never find a typewriter. So, anyway, wet nurse, thank you very much. Yes, a wet nurse. I always used to think that was like one that had been out swimming and had come in and couldn't dry themselves off too quickly. So that's all right. Mark McLeod is going, hello. I think it's hello. I can't quite read it from here. Time check, 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Do you do that seeing you've no telly? Do you do that seeing you've no do you do that seeing you've no telly? I don't know what you're talking about. I did have a telly at one time. Ed Keeley, hello Ed. He says, could it be the bank of a port, or what are you talking about? The bank of a port called, oh yes, a key. A key. You're going on about a key. No, it's not. We've done that. We've played the game. We've played the game. It's over. It's all over. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 1 minute left. 1 minute, and that is it. So thank you so much for coming along and being, you know, good sports for playing the game. If you've got a game that you'd like me to play, let me know what it is, and I'll give it a whirl. Claire Leach did suggest the Who Am I? I'm not very good at Who Am I because the people I think of are very old. Most of them are dead now, and the younger people may not know who the hell I'm talking about. And if you were guessing people I didn't know, I'm not very good on that. Mark Selwood says, don't stop Richard when he's on a roll. Who's stopping Richard? Ed Keeley says, oh, we've done that. Robert Crosser says he's turned into Alan Partridge tonight. Have I? Have I? Can anyone remind me what is the icon guide on a map is called? Oh, the icon guide on what, like an OS map when you're looking down the side there? I think they call that... Do they call that the legend? They do in some things. Other people call it the key. Yes, I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to get me to say. No, it's not a bloody key either. Thank you. Who was that frog in Hector's house? That was Kiki, wasn't it? Kiki? Oh, that's 2 keys. I've had enough. Anyway, Steve Puffo says, leave enough monkey long enough and they'll manage a typewriter. That's true, yes. I'm sure they'll manage to fashion one out of an old piece of copper pipe. And that's where we came in. If you leave long enough typewriters in a room, they'll come up with a monkey. Well, that's true, yes. Who knows? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time. I've got some editing to finish and a nice cup of coffee to go and make and drink. Thank you so much. It's been lovely. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Do write some comments. Oh, you have? I will hopefully see you Wednesday. In the meantime, have a good life and enjoy yourselves. I know it won't be the same without me, but, you know, that's just me being an arrogant sod. Until the next time, it's lovely to see you. Don't forget, if you want a free sticker, you know where to go. Yeah, I'll tell you where to sticker. Until the next time, thank you so much. I must go. We've got things to do, people to see, phone calls to make, letters to write, life to lead even. And so, goodbye. 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 Goodbye.